between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
A toss play, Gordon. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done.
You better get in the weight room, son. I'm too strong out here. Too big for you. I'm playing time, guys.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Gordon on first down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wilson, this one complete to Lacey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Detroit! Leopard!
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, Kamara. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Off play action, McCoy. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
Now McCoy. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Hey, boys, got 4.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And a short gain here down to the 22. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
All right, here we go. Green 39.
To throw on second down. McCoy on the check down. He finds Kamara. And I think the ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway.
Lacy hit. He lost the football. It's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, They don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Check nickel. Leopard.
A give. This is Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's McCoy. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake. McCoy drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. It's an 8-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCoy. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Leopard! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Butker able to put this one through. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Set! Green, 30.
On 1st and 10, McCoy. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 19.
Off play action. McCoy. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun! 57 flight.
Off the play fake. McCoy. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Gun! All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCoy. This one caught by Ridley. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. First down, McCoy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Detroit!
Back to throw. McCoy. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. McCoy. And it's caught. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And the kick by Butker is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Now Wilson on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. Play action. It's Wilson. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
That is caught at the 7. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Tough first half for him. Unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals draw even. And, of course, they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
To throw on 2nd down. McCoy. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go.
Back to throw. McCoy. It's caught. Nelson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Smith, his first carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
No. Check. Patriot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCoy. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. The Steelers on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. McCoy. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will get it at the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right, and that is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Fielded at about the 28. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, third quarter now from Jacksonville. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it again with Smith, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Here we go now! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now in Pittsburgh, and we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And the accuracy lacking there for Zuerlein. It's off to the right, no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy side, plus you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Leopard! 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 Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Again, it's Smith. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Here we go now. 3-19.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, McCoy. Wide open receiver complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
A handoff to Smith, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
To throw on 2nd down. McCoy. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. 36.
A first down carry for Smith. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
On second down, here's Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This for the lead in the final stages. And Butker able to put this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time, don't they?
All the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. This one complete to Lacy. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw. And Boyd has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bengals, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as